What is the one or two questions that you and your group came up with?
Sure. So I met with Dan, Amy, Kyra, and Mike. We had a really great connection. And some of the themes that came up here in our conversation, or what's holding us back. Time was a big one. We had a couple of people in the group who have a 6 month and a 3 month old. So that's got to be challenging. Um, and the other thing that really came up was fear of different things. We had fear of uh, uh, failure. Some people who've been burnt before with things that didn't go well. Fear of talking to strangers. Basically, lack, and also just like not knowing, like, does this thing work? Is it actually going to take 5 hours a week, or is it going to be 25 hours a week? There's all these fears that of the unknown.
Mm.
So, and the other thing that came up was this lack of a buddy or a sounding board or a partner or a co-pilot, you name it, someone that can get their hands dirty with you in that same deal, and just really get into it with you, and be um you know like for me personally, I once I verbalize an idea, it becomes clearer even in my own head, whether for better or whether it becomes increasingly good or increasingly bad. It just forcing myself to talk about it with somebody makes it clearer. So if you don't have that, or if you like me and you don't have that person that forces you to talk to them, that becomes an obstacle for success. So those were really the three things that came up the most. Um, and among other things, we had a couple of other things come up, but I would say that these are the was those were the common themes with a number of the five of us.
Hmm. And then, Miriam, what would you say one or two of the big questions are as far as how to navigate through some of these?
Yeah. So some people were talking about how getting into groups of um, I can't remember what the name of the app is, but obviously a group like this, if you're meeting people and you're connecting with them, and connecting outside of the once more than once a month kind of thing, you can have that camaraderie and that support. And somebody was mentioning a couple of them are on a Tuesday night group that they just meet together and bounce ideas off. So basically, it's just looking for people that are looking for the same success you're looking for. So that was a big sort of a big thing. And I think that would in and of itself also remove some of the other fears, like fear of failure. Well, if you have someone that you can really talk to and bounce ideas off, then I think a lot of these fears can be mitigated. Or maybe you'll meet somebody who doesn't mind talking to strangers if you do. I think that finding that right connection, I think, would go a long way, whether it's in here or maybe another network or another app or whatever they mentioned. So, but it's I think it boils down to continuing to connect with people and finding where people are on that might be on the same page as you are.